I would rather see that than another Captain America movie. I would rather see that than another Spider-Man movie. I would rather see that than another Avengers movie. I want to see something new, something different, something out there, something that's going to ground the new round of movies. I mean, think about it. They have movies until 2029 or movies and shows till 2029.
I guess my another thought I have about Eternals is that it's kind of like DC's Justice League. DC's Justice League, it was a good movie. It was okay, but the reason why it failed was because you needed more to lead up to that movie. You needed Cyborg story. You needed the Flash story. We already had Wonder Woman. You needed a Batman story to build up to this big team effort. Same thing with the Eternals. It was so much to unpack in this movie, so many characters, and you just throw them together at one time, and you try to throw in their backgrounds here and there, and it's like we can't really connect with them that much because we have enough time for it. So it was a good movie. I think the director did what she could with the time that she had and the story she had to put together for its 2.5 hours, almost 3-hour movie. She did a better job than Joss did with Justice League, but it's just so much to unpack, and that's why it's hard for people to really connect with these characters for them to give it a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 score. You need a Disney Plus series for Eternals for people to really grab onto these characters and want to see more of them in the future. If they don't return, if they just set up the Celestials and the other cosmic things going on and they never return, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, we have Doctor Strange, we have Thor, we have Scarlet Witch to take care of these battles. We can protect themselves. We don't need the Eternals anymore.
Yeah, but
Richie, what you got, man?
Oh, sorry. No. I mean, just going off what you're saying. I mean, it does seem like that they will return though, for sure, right? Well, are they?
It says they're going to return, but are they going to return for their own movie? I don't think so.
That's what well, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like the Eternals will return.
I think they're going to return in Avengers or some other movie down the line, man. What do you think, Mike, man?
Mike.
What do you think, Mike?
I honestly think you're looking at it the wrong way, CJ. I think we need to get rid of these characters that we've used as a blanket, like Doctor Strange, because it's going to start being stale. That's why they got rid of Tony Stark. That's why they got rid of Captain America. People are getting way too attached and way too relaxed on the characters. They need to clear out the playing field, right? And sooner or later, that's why you have all these new Avenger type of things with, Hawkeye teaching Bishop. You got Miss Marvel, Ironheart, and all these other characters, Spider-Man, and it's because they want to clear the slate. They don't want these actors and characters to be around for 20 plus years. They want to tell different stories. They want to show the mass majority of what Marvel can bring. Marvel has a
great roster.
A roster upon roster of characters. I mean, to think about it, the MCU hasn't even touched the X-Men, hasn't touched Fantastic Four, hasn't, they tried to touch in Inhumans. That was a flop. But, I mean, to be honest, they have characters and they could go on stories upon stories. We need to get rid of these basic ones that are here. And I really hope what happens is sooner or later, Thor's going to give up his title of Thor. He's going to be Odin's son. He's, I guess he's going to give it to Jane Foster, which is fine because it happened in the comic books. She's going to be the new Thor, and I hope, Doctor Strange is going to go off away, for a while. And you're going to get these new fleshing of characters that are going to tell bright new stories of probably the way things are going with Disney is bringing more people of color, freshen up things. I heard they're going to do a Brother Voodoo movie, which I'm excited for. And I would rather see that than another Captain America movie. I would rather see that than another Spider-Man movie. I would rather see that than another Avengers movie. I want to see something new, something different, something out there, something that's going to ground the new round of movies. I mean, think about it. They have movies until 2029, or movies and shows till 2029. You think they're going to be all about, Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor? And no, they're not.
That's true. That's true.
They're not.
Yeah.
People are going to be oversaturated with these characters, and they're just going to get bored.
You make a good point. I think, what we saw these past 12, 13 years, I think we're probably not going to see that again. That was a special, special moment from Iron Man 1 to Endgame. For them to duplicate that, it's going to be really, really tough to do it. They're probably going to try to, but like you said, it wouldn't be good to do that over again, because it'll be people just getting bored. People, like I said, we're already giving these ratings of 6 out of 10. And it could be because this movie didn't feel like an Avenger movie. It didn't feel like a Captain America. It didn't feel like a Civil War movie. It was totally different for MCU, and people aren't used to it yet. People aren't used to seeing, these new characters that are being introduced, so they're gonna give it a bad rating. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's time that we actually start thinking differently. Start thinking about the horizon and what MCU is trying to do. Trying to get us introduced to these new characters, trying to introduce us to new things they're trying to do. Maybe it's time. And maybe people like me, we're not ready yet. We're not ready for these new characters.
The whole saying of you're seeing everything from the ground floor level of the forest, rather than seeing it from the top, where you can actually see the entire scope of what's going on. When we're focused on this right here. But like I said, they got stuff for 2029. They're thinking like 10 years ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, right now for us, we're like, this just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel like, what we're used to. Iron Man is my damn near perfect score of a movie for obvious reasons. And then I go to this movie, I'm like, it's just not Iron Man, or it's not blah blah blah. It's not Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be getting us ready, just like the shows. How we were saying how different they were, how awesome they were, blah blah blah. It's different than any other kind of like superhero shows that we've seen. WandaVision, Loki, And then we come across this movie, and we're like, it's just not what we're familiar with. But we really should be thinking how it's setting up everything that's coming.
Setting up something bigger. Yeah. What do you think, Richard, man? You think we're looking at it the wrong way, or what do you think, man?
Yes and no, because Marvel has to evolve. They have to evolve to something different, and that's the truth. You look at Fast and Furious franchise.
Over and over and over again, same thing.
They're like Fast and Furious 9, 10, 20, and it's the same thing. It's entertaining movies, great. Okay, it's a successful franchise. Okay, cool. But I mean, are they going to keep running with the same characters for the next 10 years? No, it's not going to happen. Marvel's doing something special. They really are. The thing is that, what you were saying, CJ, is that from Iron Man to Endgame, that's definitely something special. We'll probably never see that again. And we're kind of hoping we don't have to see that again, because we saw it already.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Eternals, I think, was definitely something that should have, and don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed the movie. There was just a lot of moving parts to compact in only 2.5 hours. Double up the time, get more in depth with the characters and stuff like that. You could have made like a good 8-episode series, as you were saying earlier.
Yeah,
and that probably would have
done better.
Yeah, because it would have, it would have given us more time to connect with certain characters from episode to episode, leave us on edge and wanting more, things like that.
I think it probably would have been a really good Disney Plus series if they did the Eternal series, bro. It probably been really good.
It would have been 8 shows of telling me that Thanos was right.
He's out of line, but he's right.